Hi, it's Nakaya. I've lost my tripod, so this phone is going to move a lot, and I apologize in advance for that. I am inspired today to talk a little bit about making room for anger and even rage, frustration, basically the range of human experience that we have been taught is undesirable. Like, don't express that, don't talk about it, we should focus on the positive, which has its place. Focusing on the positive definitely has its medicine. I've had some experiences recently, which I've spoken about a bit in my writing and in some of the other videos that I've shared, about being in this place in my life where I'm experiencing new aspects of myself, and they're not the aspects that are particularly fun for me or enjoyable for others. Sometimes I just hear myself saying things that I'm not even sure I would have been aware that were like running through me before, but they're coming out and they're genuine, and I'm noticing the people around me wanting to protect against it, and by protecting, it's like softening the blow, telling me that things are going to get better, or basically just pushing away the experiences and feelings and expressions that just feel heavier and harder, and that we all have. That's the thing, we all have them. So one of the conversations that I had in recent days reminded me of an experience that I had a long time ago in a circle. And one of my teachers just demonstrated something to me that has stuck with me throughout my work with my clients and work with my friends and family. And it's something that I've worked on practicing over the years, and over the past couple of weeks, I've just had experience after experience that has reminded me to go back to that practice and see if I can continue working with it and develop myself with it more deeply. So, let me just see if I can So the memory was this. I was sitting in a circle. Someone in the circle was expressing some very difficult emotions. And the impulse of some people in the group was to go to that person's to offer comfort, to offer Kleenex, the things that we do when we see someone in pain. And the person holding the group, facilitating, stopped everyone. And it was, there was someone in particular who was trying to offer the other person, the person in tears and, just really raw and vulnerable, was trying to offer this person a box of Kleenex. And that's just important for me to share here, because it's that box of Kleenex that's like the symbol of this. It's what we do. We all, we do that when someone's crying. We offer them a box of Kleenex. It's natural. But our teacher presented a different option, and that option has been so powerful to me over the years, and I want to share that for those of you who can hear this and apply it in your relationships. And the option was this person showing us themselves. Let them show us. Let us not be this wasn't how she phrased it, but like, don't interrupt, don't interfere, don't need to make it go away. Our need to make it go away is more about us than the person expressing. And the ways that we make things go away is we put language to it. I mean, I do this. This is a practice. I'm in this practice and have been for many, many years. I have not in the past enjoyed watching people suffer, particularly emotionally. That's a very painful place to be. And so I, like so many other people, we have the things that we say. Some people call them tropes, cliches. It's the habitual, these are the things that we say when someone's in this state in front of us. Or these are the things we do. We want to hug them and touch them and, just assure them that everything's okay. And it is also incredibly valuable and useful as a tool to allow someone to simply express themselves without our needing to come to the rescue. When we are given the room to really express ourselves, to fully express ourselves, whatever that energy is, it has a clear path to the other side. And that's important. When we are asked not to express ourselves, when we are shut down, when our tears are interrupted, or our frustration is interrupted, or our anger is interrupted, it has to go somewhere. And if it's not allowed through, then it buries itself in our tissues. The endocrine system takes a hit. Our body is exceptional at negotiating our experiences in life. It will make sense. It will put things where things need to be put so that we can continue on. If we learn how to allow our experiences to move through us, the experiences that we're not meant to hold on to, that we cannot hold on to and metabolize ourselves, if we allow them to move through, we're not packing that stuff away for a later date, for chronic this or that, or acute this or that. So by this teacher asking us not to interfere with somebody else because of our discomfort, and that's what this person pointed out to us, the need to come in and rescue someone from their discomfort is more about the person and the people wanting to come in and rescue and shift things and adjust it and make it better, or shush it away, than the person who is saying, this is what life feels like to me right now, this is what I'm dealing with. That person's going to make it through somehow, some way. So I want to encourage us to make, for those of us who can, I want to encourage us to make more room for the fullness of an experience. We don't have to be in our positivity all the time. That's actually fucking exhausting. It is, especially if you're not genuinely feeling it. And a lot of people are genuinely struggling. And by struggle, it doesn't mean we're stuck, but a lot of us are learning new things in a variety of areas of life. A lot of us are dealing with new life situations, lifestyles, with new interests that are taking us in an entirely different direction, which can be frustrating, to learn new skills, to unlearn whatever it is we've been living for however long it is we've been living. There is a lot of frustration and anxiety and anger and rage even. And what I'm talking about in these moments is I'm not talking about someone yelling at or angering at us. I am talking about being available to the people in our lives who have a frustration and they're venting, and us being able to make room for that, or allow for the space for that to be in the room for however long it's in the room. Hopefully this is making some sense to someone out there. I'm really asking that we do less of the shushing away, less of the love and light, less of the ego death conversations, and just allow things to be as they are, because that's also real. That's also real. These things that we tell ourselves about our experience, about how we should feel about it, about, spiritual people don't feel this way, or stoic people don't cry, all of those stories that we tell ourselves about the kind of people we aspire to be or think we should be. Let that stuff sit in the corner, and let the people that you're witnessing, let them have their experience. Let that thing move through them, because it will. Now, I say should be another video. The other thing that's coming in with this is this idea of what if it doesn't. This is a question and a self-inquiry assignment that many people have been given. This challenge that we're facing. What if it doesn't change? Just asking yourselves, well, what if it doesn't change? What if I am this way for the rest of my life? What if my experience, my situation, what if this that doesn't feel awesome, what if this is with me the rest of my life? And allowing ourselves to really be in that question, because there's also movement in a question like that as well. And everyone who goes into that question gets to find their own answers. I don't know what those answers are for you, but that is another way of making room for a very real human experience, whatever that hurt is, whatever that pain is, rather than chasing it away with pretty words. Allowing it to have a seat at the table. I'll give you one last thing. So in another world of study that I went into for a while, there is this idea of all our emotions being part of our family. So we have this internal family, and the bad emotions, the difficult emotions, those are also part of our family, our inner family. Whatever your family internally is made up of, the hard emotions are also part of the family. And allowing those family members to come back in is a very powerful practice. And the steps of that practice, you can create steps for that practice, but I'm not going to offer steps for that practice. It's not about the steps. It's the idea of, it's the experience of, when we come up against a part of ourselves that's uncomfortable, that's like socially unacceptable, the angry part, the disappointed part, the part that worries, the part that is anxious, what are some of the ways that we can allow that part to have space within us, within our ecosystem? When we can figure out how to do that, and it's going to look different for each of us, it's going to feel different, it's going to be a different process. When we can make space for our parts, there's more of us to engage with the world, first of all. That's one thing that I know from my own experience. The other thing that was dancing in my brain has left, so I'll save that for another time if it comes back. I hope that this has been helpful for someone, maybe for someone who's been really uncomfortable expressing these like ugly parts of self. That's what I've been struggling with. I've been in some conversations recently where I've just, like, what I'm saying feels genuine and it feels true, and it's incredibly uncomfortable because it's also like not politically correct, not socially correct, like not in line with the part of me that's been in operation so long. It's not, maybe it's diplomatic, but it's way more direct than I've been used to being. So so part of me is having the conversation, and then there's another part of me that's like, whoa, it's like way too, like, are we allowed to say that? So I know there's others out there who are having this experience. And on the flip side, there are those of you out there who have been so accustomed to just like laying it all out, and you're having this experience of like not having anything to say. Like you're not particularly invested in the conversation. You don't feel like you need to express your opinions about things. Like you're just like, huh. And you might be asking yourself, should I have said something? Normally I would have said something, but you're in a different place with it. So we're all having like different facets of this human experience right now, and it's accelerated for some of us. It's intensified and accelerated for some of us. So I'm hoping just to help with this conversation, help us all make more room for these parts of us that are showing themselves newly, more directly, and perhaps uncomfortably. We make more room for them, and then also for those of us who can sit with someone who's uncomfortable and just be in that space with them without needing to make them wrong or without giving them a future goal to aspire to. Like, just be with this person where they are. I'm going to stop there. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you again. Thanks.